left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up.
You should be able to hear me now. I hate when I do that. Because what I do is I record, right? So I'm recording. Thanks for letting me know, Flocala. Sitting here talking into the dark. I record, and when I'm recording the sound in the sim, a separate audio track from the sound of the microphone, which is a separate audio track from the sound of the ATC. And so it's all separated. So in post, I can go in there and edit the levels to whatever I need to in order to make sure that it sounds, you know, clear and concise and everything that it needs to be at the time. So, and then I forget to change it back. There's no one to blame on that but myself. I need to add some type of checklist or something to get me to go back and check it before I do anything. All right, 38.145. So we're going to say 38. 381.38 0500. That's what we'll say it is. All right, so V1 138, VR 148, V2 152. All right, perfect. And lead settings on, thrust will be flex to 66. All right. And then we're going to be 36 here. I already know that. I've done this a couple times on the takeoff. The takeoffs seem to be very similar performance-wise. Makes me kind of suspicious, to be honest, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and start our APU now that we got all our fuel on board. Turn on the 50,000 fuel pumps on this guy and get the master switch on. Beacon come on now, and we're going to check and make sure flap's moving, and flap goes into the open position. Then we're going to give ourselves a random squawk code just so we have one. It flaps open, go overhead again, and we'll go start, and we'll watch that APU start up. While that's happening, I should be able to check. Yeah, 1027. 1027. Man, it's been a while since I've flown in Europe. 027. There it is. Our APU is now available. With APU is now available, we can go and start removing external. APU lead coming on. Make sure we get air conditioning flowing between everybody. Seatbelt size go and come on now, since we're about to be pushing back from the gate. Looks good. Looks good. I like it. I like it. All right, where are we at now? What did I miss? APU's on. Insert all that. Oh yeah, I need to adjust my trim here. Can't yet, not until forgot. I have to get the engines on for me to have enough power. I need power to get that started. What is going on here with my thing? I can't see the chat. Let me switch here. Yes. There we go. You got crutches today, John Connors. What'd you do? Why'd you get crutches? What'd you do to yourself? Or what did somebody do to you? Yeah, you gotta do everything in the metric system. That's very true. Let me pull this over here so I have my checklist available so I can see it. Alrighty. And thanks for coming, Good Deeds and John Connors, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Where was that? Got all that set. APU's running. Fuel set. V2 being Toga. Flex flaps selected. Anti-ice transition up to 4 engine start. All right. We're before engine start now. Let's go ahead and get the clearance for the push and start here from GSX. Let's see. See the map. Where's the... There it is. Alright, so I am all the way over here. And we're 1, 2, 8 left. So I need to go... Alright, so I need to push my nose back up, nose right, tail left. Is there icing right now? Hold on. Oh, you know what? I do need to do de-icing. We're within the dew point, the temperature, all of it. Yeah, it's icing conditions. I've never had to do icing in GSX. This is new for me. Should be interesting. Hope it doesn't take too long. I know it does take time, but anybody else ever done de-icing in an aircraft before? Just sit right here. It's like it. Yes. I always thought it'd be fun to be one of these guys. And they're working in unison. Alright, while they're doing that, let's see, what else can we do here? Yes, dude, it is taller than terminal. The tail, so I didn't notice, but on some of the facts about this aircraft, the distance between this tip and this tip is almost the distance of the wingspan of an A320. Dude, it's giant. Loud. Giant. It's just giant. We'll wait for that to start, and then we'll get pushed back and start our engines. Let to finish. Oh, did they finish up? think they finished up. See ya. And then the pushback truck should come and attach automatically. Aye, aye. I'm ready for pushback 2. Whenever you're ready to do it. How big this thing is compared to a person. You're just gonna hand push it. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I don't know if that tug could actually push it, to be honest. I think you'd need a bigger one. That's just my opinion. I'm not a ground hand operator, but I feel like you need a bigger truck than that. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, we're gonna go nose right, tail left. He's a big one. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the wingspan's not that much. I mean, it is bigger than the 747, but it's not that much bigger. So the wingspan of a 747-8 is 224 feet. 224. No, it's bigger, but 262. So it's 40 feet wider, but it's considered a super heavy. Oh, the 747 is just considered a heavy. So, you know, take that as you will, but supposedly, I mean, I've been putting it at heavy gates, and it hasn't had an issue. Like GSX hasn't done anything weird about it. Real life, I don't know. I don't know if there's like special gates that they have. Craft like this. All right, let's see here. Parking brake on. So some airports have gates that part the 747 and the A380. Some don't. Some had to specially set off gates for the A380, and some don't even have gates that they can do that, and actually parks like out here, and then they deboard with stairs, according to the information I just saw on Google. Take that as you will, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had an issue, but that's not to say it's not going to give you problems. It's still kind of new, you know. All right, let's go ahead and get our engine started now that we're pushed back and stop. Parking brakes are set, and they're clear. So we're going to go ahead and go ignition. And then we're doing engines 1 and 2 at the same time. We'll check and make sure that these guys start up as they should. Whoops, I already am. They said they were clear, left is right. Left is clear, right is clear, so. Also, full caliber, by the way, I know you know this, but you can always go into GSX, edit the gate you're at, and just say that it allows the size of aircraft that you are. If you ever have that issue, I do that sometimes. There's like, I'm in a 737 and it's like saying, "Oh, this is too small." I'm like, "No, it's not." So I'll go in there and just make it where it's fine. All right, 1 and 2 are online. Looks like a good start. Yep, generators are online, so we'll go ahead and start 3 and 4. Let me tell you, I don't know if I haven't flown the update yet, so we're going to do that right now. But before, man, this takes like 60 to 70% thrust to get moving. And then you have to keep it about 20% to keep it moving. It's insane. So I don't know if that's mirrors real world, but like, oh man, it is not fun to taxi, I'll tell you that. Flying, it's fine. It actually feels great flying. But taxiing is, oh. Taxiing is taxing. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Right, let me get my rudder or elevator trim here. All right, wheels up. That looks good. Come on. So much trim. There's 36 across the board. That looks good. Okay, where are we at now? All those are on, so we can go back overhead and turn these back to normal. AP bleed can come off. APU can come off as well. Go to taxi. These can come on. And flaps can go down. We're flaps 1 today. Ground spoilers armed. And rudder trim. Where's the right button here? Is it 3? No, it's 4. No, it's 2. 5. I had to add more. Reset that. What's the right word? I had to add more shortcuts for cameras in this aircraft than other ones, and so I'm all kind of out of sorts with which ones are the right ones to use. All right. Yeah, the fuel pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's crossfeed. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 fuel pumps, not including cross-feed pumps. Yep. All right, so we're going to go up, down, take November, Alpha 1. Okay. All right, let's get ready here. That can come off. Clear disconnect, hand signals, it's done. Those are still in disconnect memo. That's not showing. We're good there. Ground equipment's clear. App checklist complete, and we'll go ahead and do that as well before taxi. You get take clearance. Nose lights on, runways on, brakes off, thrust as levers as required, and then we'll check brakes here. All right, so let's do control cam. You can see. Let me adjust my seat here. So I found this to be kind of awkward, and so I've started doing just this until it gets up to here. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna increase to about 50%. And we're moving back to idle. Brakes check. Brakes good. Back up to about 50% to get moving. All right, now we're moving. This does not look like I can taxi here. But we're going to do it anyway. If there's somebody in this gate right here, I wouldn't be able to. Also found that turning on the ground is very delayed. I don't know if I'm... She's a little close. No, she's not the most graceful. Oh yeah, I'm barely... Woo-hoo. We're good. We're good. We're good. It's definitely not the right direction to head, but... Alright. Alright, flight director can come on. It is a very gloomy day today in Munich. All right. Select runway, input, check flight plan, SID transitions. That's all been inputted. Initial climb speed and limit 5,000 has been set. Heading on FCU. We're going to be on flight director out. And PFD indeed check. I mean, it looks all correct to me. Looks good to me. We'll do check of our flight controls real fast. Make sure they're all working correctly. Looks like they're working correctly more. We'll do our pre-takeoff checklist once we get up to the runway here. Yeah, I haven't flown in Europe in... It's been months too. It could be almost over a year, honestly. I don't know. I fly in the United States. It's just where I fly. Mostly on VATSIM, and most of the time I'm flying, it's at night. And that's where VATSIM is at the time. It's in that time zone. Not always. I'm also more familiar with, of course, U.S. policies and procedures. Alright, overhead, nose wheel lights on, take on, lands on. That's correct. We'll do takeoff, config check. Takeoff normal, set. It's on my eye. Really control cam. PAX 1 and 2 are staying on today. Doing a PAX on takeoff. And last thing we're going to do here, TARA on the TCAS. That's set. Good traffic and terrain on the ND. And chronometer start. Here we go. Toga. It's actually flex, but you know. Where's the flex? Why am I not getting flex? Screw it, Toga. D1. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Low 15. Set. Gear coming up. Following the line. Class coming up. And autopilot can come on. Levers are not. Oh, this is why I hate this. What in the world? I have not had this problem. Which ones are not right? There we go. There we go. That took too much time to get that right. Alright, we're at 5,000. Let's say they've cleared us up to 37,000 now. And thrust climb that levy up. I've been well, bro. Big up. Yeah, I've been well. How you doing? Heals my skills. Asymmetric thrust. Yeah, I have not had that problem before. We'll go standard now on the pressure, barometric pressure. I have not had that problem on any of my takeoffs. It was just this one that I had a problem where it wouldn't go in. Yeah, and every single one of my, each one is actually individualized. So the 4 controls 4, 3 controls 3, 2 controls 2, and 1 controls 1. And I do that because, to be honest, you kind of have to have that to be able to turn this guy on the ground. I mean, it's, I do it all the time. I'm like, you know, doing like this to do asymmetric thrust. All right, I'm gonna go direct to this. Front position direct to. There we go. We avoid all that snaking turns if we can. Yeah, and it's probably something I can go in here into the settings, you know, and adjust the what do you call it? It's in one of these, the throttle detents. I just haven't done it. All right, that can come off. That can all come off. That can come off. And seatbelts can go auto. And don't think we're going to have any turbulence on the way today. Prepare for loud noises. There she is, in all her glory. All right. Wing anti-ice is still on, but engine anti-ice is kicked off. Well, it's not, though. It's still on. Or it's advising I should have that on. Have it on auto now for the engines. Let me tell you, though, this thing can climb. Once it gets in the air, it's gone. So my wife and I went to a fair this last weekend. I got a huge old bag of kettle corn. If you don't know what kettle corn is, basically it's like a popcorn that's cooked in this big, like, kettle. I mean, it's huge, right? And it's kind of sweet. It's salty and sweet at the same time. So I'm going to be eating some of that. All right. Looking good. Yeah, man, kettle corn's delicious. Love the stuff. I'm not careful, I eat a whole bag of it. Just sit here and just Oh yeah. Busy work. Yes, that's how it goes, right? I'm actually starting a new job tomorrow, so see how that goes. You know what's up. Yo, my skills, you know what's up. We got Colonel. We got corn dogs, funnel cake, street corn, boiled peanuts, elephant ear, and kettle corn, lemonade, and other drinks that go with it. So that's why we go to fairs. we don't go to ride rides or anything. We go to eat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it'll go well. I don't think I'll have any issue with it. I think I'll enjoy it actually. So it's a good. I think it'll be a good career move, good stepping stone, as they say. Oh yeah, no. Fair is not a place to be on a diet, that's for sure. Oh, look at that. You see the moon and the sun really close to each other. Fairs for diabetes originated. Yeah. Well, actually, okay. So we did not try this because I don't want to. Do you guys know about the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes? You know what I'm talking about? They look like little, like white Christmas trees. See if I can bring one up. Got these things right here. Let me see. Honey buns. Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me add it up here anyway. This stuff. So they had deep fried Christmas tree cakes. If the Christmas tree cakes weren't going to kill you any faster, they decided to deep fry them. So yeah, that is where diabetes originated. Oh man, I like Christmas tree cakes. I mean, they're not my favorite actually. So honey buns are good. Don't get me wrong. My favorite is actually the Swiss rolls, right? The chocolate with the white cream in the center that kind of rolls over, right? The chocolate Swiss rolls. Those are my favorite. Little Debbie snack. I think snack is not the right term for that. Little Debbie diabetes in a package. Zebra cakes are good too. Yeah, they're good. But again, I love me some of those Swiss rolls, man. I like them. I don't get them hardly ever because it's not good for me. It's not good for me at all. It's not good for anybody. Little diabetes. Little diabetes. Diabetes. Y'all, you remember that commercial? It was for like a diabetes medication. It was like a older guy with a big mustache, handlebar mustache, like a bald head, or like he was losing hair or whatever, something like that. He was diabetes. Like what? Anyway, yeah, so that's what we went this last this weekend. It was fun and enjoyed it. But we also, my wife had never been camping in a tent before, and so that's what we did the night before. We camped in a tent, glamping. She had an air mattress and everything, but still, you know, we did hot dogs and s'mores that the night before. So it was good. Good weekend. Good weekend. Y'all want to see the interior here? Kind of see when I'm flipping through it like that, but let's do a little tour here while we're at it. So you have to come up the stairs to get to the cockpit, and the main door is of course right here, and this is like kind of like your business class, I guess you could say, or economy comfort or something, but I'd say business class. It's nice, right? It's nice. It's a little less crowded. It's 242, but then you get back here to the you know, where I would be, because I'm not paying a ridiculous amount of money for an airline ticket. I agree, Kill My Skills. Food trucks, hole-in-the-wall restaurants, and state fairs have the greatest food. Yes. May not be best for you, but good. Alright, so what's this? Area, work in price cabin, expertly crafted by Repsol, textured by Mike. Well, we appreciate your effort, Repsol and Mike. So this is the economy. So you've got 3, 4, 3. Right? So this is like where I would be. I would be back here. You know, back here in the back of the economy area. Well, we'll keep going back. I think you can go all the way around, yeah, because it's double-decker, right? It is interesting texture, so reminds me of like the 80s, or no, definitely the 90s. You ever remember like the 90s cups, like the Taco Bell cups and stuff? They had this like exact same pattern on it. You guys have to remember, if you were, I don't know how old you are, but the cups that looked like that, I remember those. Yeah, the teal. Yeah, yep. Alright, so back here we've got the back stairs. Should be, yeah, there should be. What is, can you see outside here? You can. Or no. Oh, it's the actual tail. Oh, that's kind of creepy. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go upstairs now. Oh, shoot. It's curtained off. I wonder if that's curtained off like they haven't finished this part yet. They may have not finished this part yet. Oh, no, they do have it. Alright, so welcome to actual first class. So, in first class, and obviously they're not done texturing, so don't take this, you know. But, this is like the little bar area. You can go and get your drinks or whatever. Yeah, they're still working on textures and everything, which is fine. And this is your first class cabins. Cabins is not the right term. First class seats. And the entire top is basically first class. I don't want to know how expensive getting a first class. Well, we can look it up. We'll look it up. How much a first class ticket on an A380 would be. And I don't think this is actually, so this is like the first class, and then you have, what's the one above it? It's like executive or like something, I can't remember. Maybe this is business class, and down there is just like economy plus or something like that. But then you actually have like the top tier, and that's right here, where you have like your own, I mean, you know, this folds down into a bed, your own TV, desk, lamps, you know, everything like that. This is your actual like top tier first class right here. Expensive. And then yeah, you have a stairs that goes down. Lavatory, of course. Need your lavatories. Oopsies. And what's not modeled yet, at least I don't see it being modeled yet. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Is so this should, I believe, go to crew rest bunks. Be wrong on that, but I think that's where that goes. Alright, welcome back to the front. Let me close that up. And we'll check out. We'll see how much this would cost if we wanted to do one of these. First class suite. Oh, so that's separate. First class price. Let's see what this is. Depends, I think, where you base had your room. Yes, yeah, I was actually just looking at that first class suite. So those are these right here. This is Singapore, and Emirates does have it as well. It's an actual like room, right? And those, let's see what the price of those would be. Between 5,000 and 24,000, depending on the route. Bro, it's a car. You could buy a car for that amount. That's insane. That just hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just... that hurts. I mean, it's great. You know, that's lovely. But at that point, it's got to be just as cheap to rent or charter a private jet to fly you. No, it can't be. No, it'd still be more. I'm just going to see a private jet charter from JFK to Langdon. Okay, so a private jet charter from New York to London, somewhere between 52 to 270,000, obviously depending on the aircraft. A super mid-sized jet like a Challenger 300 can cost between 52,000 and 63. So if we did, let's look at a Challenger. This is, so okay, hypothetically, if you and a spouse or you and a couple friends, you know, two or more people wanted to fly to London, right, from the United States, you could get one of those suites and it cost you $24,000 each, or you could rent a jet for $62,000 to $80,000 and get an entire cabin to yourselves, completely private. I'm just saying, at that point, a decision needs to be made. Now, it's just yourself. It's just you. Obviously, it'd make more economical sense to fly in the suite. But at that point, if you got that kind of money, I don't think you're talking about economics at that point. Why don't you just rent a charter jet? You get to avoid all of the hassle of security lines and ticketing and the airport. You avoid all of that with a charter. So much less hassle. Obviously, you go internationally, you still have to deal with customs, but it's so much less of a hassle. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer if you had that kind of money, right? Obviously, if you don't have that kind of money, you shouldn't be doing that. But you know, it is what it is. All right, we're about 200 miles from top of descent, so we still got a little bit of ways to go. We'll give it another 60 to 80 miles before we start planning our descent into London from Munich. A pretty smooth flight so far. Beautiful countryside underneath us. Rolling hills and low level mountains. I've got a video project coming out here shortly. I've got to finish filming it. That's what I was doing earlier, was recording. And then we'll edit it up, and then I'll get it posted. It'll be this week. I just don't know exactly when. With me starting my new job and everything like that, I'm gonna be pretty busy over the next several days. Probably towards the end of this week, so then I'll have it ready and pushed out. Excited for it. I think it'll be a good one. I think people will enjoy it, and yeah, they'll be looking forward to it. I think. That's just my opinion, of course. I'm kind of keeping it a little bit secret. A little secret. I got a new camera. So, let me grab that real fast, actually. Some of you may be aware, some may not. I am a professional filmmaker for mainly do weddings. It's my primary thing that I do. I do other stuff too, but primarily weddings. And so I have had this guy. This is a Panasonic GH5. It's a great camera. That served me well for, gosh, 5 or 6 years at least. It's been a great camera. Love this camera. Still going to be using this camera. But as many, if you follow anything with videography, obviously things are getting better and more capable and everything else. So you had the GH5, and then GH6 came out. I looked at buying it, decided not to, held off. And then the GH7 came out about 4 or 5 months ago. And with my business with video stuff having made enough money, I went ahead and bought not only GH7, but also a new lens with it. So this is my new camera. This is the Luminex, Panasonic Luminex GH7. It shoots up to 5.7K, but it can also shoot that's like I think at 29.97 or 30 frames per second. It can shoot though, and this is all internal. This is not like porting it out to an external, but it can also shoot 4K at 60 frames per second internal, 4K 120 frames per second external. it can shoot it in 422 color range, which, you know, anything, that's fantastic. Bit rate up to 8,000 megabits per second, and that's why this operates off of has SD card slot, but it's primarily going to be this top slot, which is the compact flash type express type B. So yeah, so well, good discussions. You bring good point. So what I've been doing is I have a friend who has a GH6, and I've been borrowing his for when I need a second camera, which is pretty much every time I do my weddings. Me and my wife usually do it together, and you know, one of us will have the GH5, one will have the GH6, and we'll do that. But now I don't have to borrow that anymore. I can, you know, have my primary and my secondary operating. Now, of course, that doesn't account for if we've done this, if we end up doing a separate, you know, wedding the same day. So if she goes and shoots one wedding and I'm shooting another wedding, then of course we'll have to rent cameras, which I've done before too. Don't particularly like doing that, but I'll do it. But I also went ahead and got ND filters for them, and you can see here, as I turn it, it gets darker. You see that? Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, so nice ND filters, great for when you're shooting outdoor weddings, which everybody it seems to want to do nowadays, no matter if it's hot as the devil's armpit or cold as the devil's you know what. So so yeah, anyway, really excited to use this guy and shoot some stuff with it and see how well it does. Great camera, really excited for it. So anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. All right, let's see where we are now. Yeah, still got plenty of time, plenty of ways to go. Got a Z50 and Z7. I got more serious about photography when my son was born a few years ago. Yeah, I've heard. Now I don't know much about the Z50. I've heard the Z7. Mike Coffee, what's going on? How you doing? It's over here talking about cameras. Yeah. The full frame mirrorless camera. Yeah, the Z7 is a nice camera, guy. Yeah, it's a nice camera. Do you have the Z7 or Z7 II? 2's the newer one. Got the flu? Man, that sucks. I hate the flu. I hate it with a passion. Getting sick, the worst part about it, one, is the drainage and the sore throat, where like it hurts to eat or drink. Two is the shakes, like the cramp, the pain all over. I hate that. The original Z7, nice. Yeah, so the reason why, and there's a lot, I did a lot of research before I went to GH5, right? This guy. So before I went with this guy originally, I tried the Sony line, which at the time was the A7 II, and I tried the Canon line, which they didn't have a mirrorless at the time, which I wasn't very happy about. And I tried a Pentax, I think it's Pentax or Olympus camera at the time. I hate the shakes. Watch TV all day, better rest, and you get tired. Or yes, yes. And then like you get tired, your neck starts to hurt, your eyes start to hurt, you start getting a headache, and yeah, it just goes downhill, right? I hate that. I hate it. Well, I hope you get to feeling better, man. I really do hope you do. I hate getting sick, and I hate other people being sick, so I really do hope you get feeling better. Anyway, so yeah, so I went GH5 route because I loved just the way it felt in my hand, and I was able to shoot 4K 60 with this guy, which at the time, the only time you get 4K 60 at the time was through this guy, the Panasonic GH5, excuse me, or the Sony A7 II. Excuse me. So that's why I went with the Panasonic. Obviously, Sony line's a little bit better at low light, but the Panasonic's like $1,000 cheaper at the time. Now they're kind of comparable. They're close, $300 or $400 difference, so not that big of a deal. Anyway, so I went with that. Because I went with that, I of course have certain lenses, and those lenses are just regular Micro Four Thirds mounts. So they'll work with any other regular Micro Four Thirds. But I thought about, you know, selling my stuff and going with the full frame Panasonic line. The was it the SR5, SR7, something like that. S52, I think was the latest one. Anyway, thought about it, decided against it, so just keep, you know, because I have to buy lenses just half the cost right there, right? So keep the same lenses and just upgrade the body. And yeah, I haven't had any issues with this, but I specifically bought these because of video, because that's what I do. I don't do photos primarily. So, but I actually have a cousin of mine who has a Nikon Z7, and I think it's a Z7. It's mirrorless. It's a Nikon. She does photos though. That's what she does, and fantastic pictures. Just fantastic pictures. Mike, yeah, after the flu shot, of course it is. The flu shot's bogus, man. I'm sorry, it just is. You're guessing. With the flu shot, they're just guessing ahead of time. We think these are the strains. We've seen these in some parts of the world. We think this is what's going to happen. They make a virus, which is basically just a dead virus. They take the virus, it's dead, and then they inject it into you in hopes that your body makes antibodies for it. But they're just guessing. They don't know if that's the strain that's going to come around. Lenses absolutely add the price, especially when you're buying high quality lenses. For example, this guy, right? This lens by itself was $900. Just this one lens. And that's a mid-range lens. There's a better version of this lens, which is $1,800. I did with like 1.0 f-stop lower. So that's a 2.8 constant throughout the whole range. But you can get a 1.8 for $1,900. And I was like, I don't think it's worth that 0.1 or the 1.0. But if you got the money, you know. Yeah, you get cheaper ones now. I have one that does the same zoom range, but it's not a constant f-stop of 2.8. It's variable from 4.6 to 5.7, I think, throughout the range. So low light wise, it's horrible for low light. It's not designed for low light. And with weddings, you're often shooting, you know, in that low light situation. So I figured it was worth the extra money to buy a good, you know, a good lens for that. And it is. It is. Anyway, lots of camera talk tonight, apparently. But I also, might as well, right? Might as well. We're already talking about it. 1 second. Alright, so now with my camera, I run this guy. This setup here. So the Panasonic, one of the reasons I went with Panasonic has a built-in 5-axis image stabilizer, and then the lens itself has image stabilizer, so you can get some really smooth shots. But I still wasn't satisfied with some of my shots, so I went out and bought a smaller version of this. This is a gimbal. Let me grab the... So the camera sits right here. I don't have it mounted, of course, but it sits right here on the gimbal, right? And with it, I can just walk around with it, and it keeps it nice and stable. So it is a really good investment if you're doing lots of video, that's for sure. I think this cost me $400, but it makes your shots just look so much better, so much smoother. It's worth it. And you know, with it, you have connections on the handles themselves, so you can do all kinds of stuff. So we have focus wheel and everything, so we can, you know, remotely control the focus. And so yeah, that's another side job I do. I do a lot of side jobs. All right, how far out are we now? 160 miles. All right, let's see what the current weather is. So we're showing 1023, 100 at 3, so pretty calm winds, which is nice. Performance approach 100, 3 knots. OAT 10 degrees Celsius. So potential icing there. QNH 1023, if I recall. Let me double check that. 1023, yep, 1023. And let's check the minimums on this. So the approach, doing 9 left, right? Yeah, 9 left. So we are going to be going down to 279 barometric. That right here, 279. We'll do full configuration since winds are calm. And we'll need to intercept at 2,500 feet. So we can go ahead and set this at 2,500. Now, I've only landed this guy once, and it was not the best landing in the world. It was pretty crappy, to be honest. Pretty crappy, to be honest with you. You know, I don't have installed Volanta. Let me get Volanta installed so I can actually look at my landing rate whenever that happens. Oh gosh, remembering my username. Alright, so we should be connected here. Let's see if that's actually running now. I don't know if I can load it while I'm flying here. Yeah, I don't think I can. I think I have to close it before I can show up, which is unfortunate, which means it's not going to show my landing rate. Oh well. We'll just have to judge it. See how we do. "120 nautical miles from top of descent. We should be getting close to the English Channel. Not quite. Not quite there yet. I am ready for the 757 to come out. I'm telling you guys, when the 757 comes out, I'm going to be flying that sucker for weeks. And I know a 757 pilot, and I'm going to try to convince him to come fly virtually with me. We'll see. We'll see. I've not tried brake to vacate because I cannot for the life of me get Owens to work. And I don't know where the crap that's supposed to be. But obviously BTV, right? But you have to select the airport, the exit off the airport and everything like that. And I don't know for the life of me where the crap you would do that. So yeah. Now, if you know, if I'm just missing something, let me know. But I honestly do not know where you're going to do that. I would assume it'd be in this or down here, but And it's supposed to be something like you go indie mode plan, and then indie range. Zoom? Hold on. Did I just find it? Bro, I just found it. I just found it. We're doing EGLL. Display the airport. We can try it. Hey, let's go for it. Let's see if it works. I'm all up for trying new things. Alright, so we're going to be 9 left. How do we zoom in here? How does one zoom in? Oh shoot. No. There you go. I don't know how you zoom in on this though. That's the... Oh shoot. No, it's still... You stay on zoom. But how does one zoom in? You can kind of see, like, you select the area, right? Dry, wet. I'm going to say brake to vacate here. Or BTV, select exit. Okay. I think that's how it's done. We'll see if it works. I'm all for BTV. Let's give it a go. Oh shoot. Just accidentally hit one of the throttles. Okay, let's back up and climb there. Whoopsies. Oopsie daisies. I need to make sure my reversers are set correctly. Yeah. I think I'm good on the reversers. I think so. Go into controls here. I want to make sure. I want to make sure before we go any further because I don't want to end up killing myself. All right, so power management, throttle. Now let me clear this. Let me change that to those two. Alright, as my name should say, I will go and have a lie down, take care of anyone, catch you on this one. Alright, Mike Coffee, thanks for stopping by, and hope you get to feeling better, man. I do hope you get to feeling better. Go drink a cup of coffee. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. With some honey in it. Honey's always good for you. Alright, 16 nautical miles for top descent. think we're going to be good on this. We're gonna nail this landing. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be the best. I'm gonna make sure I start recording, just in case. Before I yeah, guys, make sure I don't remind me when I'm on final to start recording, because I will forget. So please remind me. Every time the weather starts to change, I get some sort of cold or allergies. It sucks. Yeah, I understand that. I actually got kind of sick this last week too. Congestion, stuff like that. And I'm still kind of dealing with a little bit of it, but it's not nearly as bad. Music stopped, I didn't even realize it. Yeah, that's what happened here too in Alabama. We dropped into, you know, high in the high 50s, low 60s, with lows in the 40s, low 40s, even into the high 30s. And then it got right back up into the 80s, lows in the 60s. And it's just like, golly, make up your mind. It's supposed to get a little bit cooler this coming weekend. We got some showers coming through. Thank the Lord. We have not had any rain in over 4 weeks, over a month. So we are in much dire need of some rain. So we're happy about that. Everything's so dry and dusty. Like, I go and pick up leaves in my yard with my lawnmower. It's just dust cloud. We're going to be crossing over the English Channel. Yeah, that tropical system, yeah. Yeah, we're kind of keeping an eye on that too. Because if it's, depending on what it does, it could theoretically hit Alabama if it goes up the mouth of Mobile. Unlikely, but it could. We are keeping an eye on it though. Alrighty, we're getting close to that top of the descent now, y'all. I like to start my top descent a little bit early if I can, so once I hit 10 nautical miles out, I start it early. That makes it a little bit more gradual descent. Go ahead and set this 10.023 as preparation to switch over from standard. That won't happen though until, let's see here, on our arrival. What are we on now? We're on the Logan. Let's see the Logan. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people are done with hurricane season. That's for sure. Alright, let's see what the transition altitude is on this. Normally indicates it here on the chart, does it not? Or is it on the approach chart? I thought it listed it here on the chart. Or transition altitude. Is it listed on this one? Does not make mention of that here. Does not. Curious. We'll just flip it over at 18,000 then. I think it may be 5,000 to transition in London. In England. Alright, we're now on our official descent now. Looking good on our descent right now. Straight's on. Gonna turn our airports too in case we got a emergency. We gotta divert somewhere. Terrain radar's on now. We'll see that doesn't currently work, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, just going through the motions. Going through the motions. Still an alpha variant, so still a lot of things that aren't done yet. I would like to point out, from my experience so far, this aircraft, which was built pretty much from scratch, is more put together than some of the payware aircraft I have paid for. And this is free. This. Now, I understand that they have a lot of experience because of the A320neo that they've, you know, built upon. A lot of experience with autopilot and everything else, but, like, still. Looking at you, FSS. I'm looking at you, Airsoft. And somewhat PMDG a little bit, but not really. Really, Flight Sim Studios and Airsoft. But, you know. I digress. Just past 27,000 feet now. Alright, we should be leveling off here at 25,000 feet. Yep. And then we'll start a descent again now down to 16,000. We are over the English Channel now. Let's pop out here. We have the English Channel. It's a cool shot right there. Gonna get a screenshot real fast. Alright, enough photography. Alright, about to pass 20,000 feet. Crab and crew. Advised, terrain radar is on. Let's see if we have a... I think our transition altitude is actually in the FMC, so let's see if we can see that. Oh, right there, it's 7,000 feet. Alright, so 7,000 feet will switch over from standard to the local barometric pressure. The next kind of waypoint along this route will be 10,000 feet. Well, we'll turn on our landing lights. Make sure our landing data is set. Seatbelt signs will come on. And landing system button will come on. Our landing system will also come on for the ILS approach. So far, looking good. I like these. I like the cockpit shots. Yeah, for a free airplane, you really can't complain, right? I mean, it's... Yeah, there's stuff that I know they're going to get to and they're going to work on. They're going to make it better and they're going to make it more efficient. You know, right, I get it, 100%. But for where it is even now, it's free, and this is what they're offering beats some of the paidware that I have bought in the last year. Just saying. Like, this has VNav. And I love E-Jets. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I love E-Jets. The modeling is fantastic on that aircraft. A lot of it's fantastic. But not having a core system is just like... Man, you know? And I bought that one. And this one's free. So... Just saying. Side note, I'm saving up money now to get the new Ryzen processors that are coming out, 5800, or no, not 50, the 9800 X3D models. 8 cores, 16 threads with over 100 megabytes of cache. It's gonna be fantastic, man. Yes, charging quite a bit for lack of enough. Exactly, that's my point, right? If theirs was free, I wouldn't be complaining at all. I'd be like, it's free, guys. You know? Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've already kind of priced out an upgrade to my system with the a motherboard replacement, upgrading a solid state drive. I've got 3 solid state drives in my PC right now. I want to upgrade one of them from a 1 terabyte to a 4 terabyte because I have been told 2024 is a freaking memory and storage hog. So I want to have plenty of space. And then I'm going to be upgrading to DDR5 memory, which my wife's computer back there currently has. It's been running great. Be upgrading 64 gigs of DDR5 with the 9800 X3D. I think even with staying with my 3080, we're going to be running pretty smooth. I mean, yes, I'd love to upgrade my get a little bit of speed brakes in here to help this guy out. I love to get a upgraded GPU, like a 4080 or a 4090 even. But I really cannot stomach spending $2,000 or, you know, $1,800 or $1,700 on a GPU. It just, I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I end up probably getting a 4080 or 4090 after the 5000 series gets released. You know, I get on some, you know, super cheap deal somewhere, or for somebody who always has one and wants to get rid of theirs because they're upgrading. That's probably where I'll end up. Alright, let's go overhead here. Landing lights on. These will kind of come on now as well. And then LS buttons come on as well on both primary and alternate. That's just a beautiful shot right there. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's just, I couldn't pass up more photos. Most cost effective to buy the whole pre-built computer. Actually, it's not. The problem with pre-builts, and I Mustard Technologies. I'm an IT guy. The problem with pre-builds is, one, if you ever need anything fixed on it, it's an absolute pain in the rear. I've never heard a good warranty system. Besides that, they buy the cheaper parts and then charge you for as if they were not the cheap parts. So they'll buy the 2-fan graphics card when you really should have the 3-fan because you get better heat performance. They'll buy the really cheap RAM that has all the same specs but really doesn't perform like the higher cost RAM. I'm very picky about the parts I put in my computer. So yes, you can get all the quote-unquote same specs for a cheaper if you bought a pre-built, but in reality you're buying cheaper parts that will have problems or crap out. And don't just talk to CST, talk to VR Sim Pilot, talk to these other people that are streamers that have gone that route and they've had problems. No, so just saying. That's all right. Here's 7,000. We're going to switch over. Too late for you. Yeah. Well, again, some people have had good results with them. I just know too many people who have had bad results. And I've had to make house calls with people who had these pre-builts. I mean, I had one guy that I went and the dadgum company didn't even install Windows correctly. It was corrupted. I'm like, where's your quality control? You didn't even check that your Windows was installed correctly before you sent it to him? And so I had to spend, 2 hours reinstalling Windows for this guy and end up charging him, a few $100 to do it. And just like that, amateur, that's it. And and I'm not going to say the name, but it's a big name that does pre-builds. So anyway, I just don't have any good experiences with it. That's all I'm saying. Got my 4080 Super for $1,000, but it's still excessive. How'd you get it for $1,000? That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good for a 4080 Super. But yeah, it's still excessive. Yeah. I mean, I bought my 3080 4 years ago for $980, something like that, and that was like, holy crap, these people are insane. And here we are with now GPUs almost $2,000. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So this might actually be an ILS approach here. What are we getting right now with I don't have the clouds or anything. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it's going to be. We probably pull it up. $900-foot ceilings. Oh, we're actually going to be shooting an actual ILS here. Pentium 4, my man. Oh man, that's some. That takes me back. All right, I'm gonna stop the music for now. We'll see how this does this. Probably should do a heading and kind of come out a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. It's just too close. So we'll let this keep going, and then I'm gonna split it off and do a heading mode and get this vectored a little bit better. About to do a real ILS approach here in the A380. Not super familiar with it, but hey, when's the time to try it? Now, apparently. All right, we're gonna go heading mode now. Oof, got some jitters there. And we can actually set this up to parallel here. We'll go and activate approach. Confirm that. That'll start getting it slow down here. Alright, approach phase activated, manage speed is set, speed brakes as required. Go and arm those. Altitude verified 2500 ILS, frequency is set in firm 0.3. Speed mode is managed, approach mode, we'll press that when we get vectored onto the approach. Roll cam up.
$2,500.
Slaps in one, flaps down. Alright, we're turning left now to 175. Might go around altitude on this. 3,000. Activate approach mode. Second autopilot engaged. That'll give me a Cat 3 if I need it. I don't think I will. If I do. Alright, we'll get second notch flaps in. Down to 2,000 here. Alright, localizer captured. Gear coming down. Keep bringing it down here. On top of the glide slope right now, so I'm trying to get it down. Still came in a little too close to the airport, I think. I end up having to go around here. That's not good. That's full.
1,000.
Glide slope captured. Setting go around 3,000. Ways in sight. I got the aircraft.
$400. $100 above. Minimum. $50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. 5.
On. Why am I not getting my reversers?
Auto brake off.
My reversers did not work. That was frustrating. But we did get landed safely, so no worries there. Alright, we're nice and slow now. Take this next taxiway here. Yeah, I've got to go ahead and check my... I thought I had it right, but I got to go in and check my settings here and figure out what's going on with that. It's the second time they've not deployed properly. So I've got to figure out how this particular aircraft likes to have those settings set up. And get that working, but not too bad overall, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to get right up here. Flaps coming up. That's coming in. Alright, landing lights come off. The strobes can come off. I can go to taxi. Those started. Let's figure out where we're going to actually park here, because that's 3 suitable parkings. Okay. Heavy is all too small. Too small, too small. Too small. Available soon. Small. Why would small be? Anyway. Available soon. Available. How about you make it available now? How about that? We do that. Why is it saying it's available soon? I don't know. Let's look at the actual airport and see what it would look like here. See if we can't identify the appropriate taxi stand here. It just came off 9 on the left, so we're gonna go. Let's head over this way, yeah. So let's take a right here. Yeah, let's take it right here. Okay, fine. Auto and that. Stand by on the TCAS. Oh gosh. See, this is the taxing. This thing sucks, guys. It is just awful. It is so bad. You have to overcorrect all the time. It's fine though. That is the worst part about this aircraft is the taxiing part. It's just awful. Yeah, I'm looking for somewhere that I can park. That'll work. They're all too small. Open kind of like on the end here, that there would be one that's designed for the big aircraft. We're just gonna take this one right here and see if it'll let me. May not like it, but we'll see. Ugh, stopped. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Just dealing with the freaking taxing of this is just ridiculous. Like, it's way too much friction on the wheels. And then it overcorrects. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Alright, that's good enough for government work. Alright, we're going to go overhead here. And taxi lights off. Go lower. That's set. And we can get these guys off. And oh, I was doing that stupid thing. Continue, please. Income off. Seatbelts off. Press deboarding. And we'll just do British Airways, sure. Alrighty. So we got it loaded up and... or we got it here. Safe and sound. And we're going to be getting deboarded here. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this stream. Let me go inside and open these cargo doors so they stop freaking out here. I don't know if they open, honestly. I'm hurried, jeez. Cargo door. Alrighty. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Be on the lookout for that. Video's coming out here shortly. I think you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, we'll get a stream up later this week. Probably do some air traffic control or something like that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time up in the sky.
time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun